Okay, y'all, so I just prepared the pizza crust and now I'm gonna let it sit for 30 minutes. Y'all, it's been so long since I made homemade pizza crust. I had forgot how to make it, so I had to find me a recipe to see how to make it. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I made it and leave you the recipe that I used down in the description box. So for the pizza, I'm gonna add bacon, some sausage, and some fresh pepperoni. I'm also gonna add bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, and some tomatoes, plus cheese, of course, to the pizza. When I get ready to put it together, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. So y'all get ready. I'll tell you the ingredients I use for the pizza crust. I use some all-purpose flour, some of this Fleshman's rapid yeast. I also use some olive oil, and the seasonings I use was some of this Goya seasoning right here. I also added a few celery flakes to my crust just to give it a little color, and plus I like celery. I also use some garlic powder, and I use a couple of tablespoons of sugar with warm water. So that's everything I use in order to make this pizza crust. It was super easy. I hope it turns out good, but making pizza crust can be tricky sometimes, y'all. So hopefully it won't taste like rubber, or it won't be real tough. Okay, so for the meats, I'm going to be using a pound of bacon and a 1/4 pound of Jimmy Dean's ground sausage. I chose the sage kind. I'm also going to be using some fresh pepperoni that I got from the deli at Kroger's. I got about 1/3 of a pound, and it was about $2.72. So I am back, and I have prepared my toppings. So I have a pound of bacon. I have some ground sausage, about 1/4 of a pound, and then I have 1/3 of a pound of pepperoni. For my veggies, I have some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes, some yellow bell pepper, some purple onions, and some white mushrooms. I will also be using a pound of mozzarella cheese. To make my sauce up, I'm going to be using this oregano marinara sauce. I'm going to mix a little bit of the Szechuan seasoning to that. And I'm also going to be using some cilantro and lime seasoning, as well as onion powder, garlic powder, and some good old oregano. So those are my seasonings I'm going to be using. I'm going to check on my pizza crust and see if I'm ready to add my topping. Okay, so I just want to give you a close-up of the pizza crust. I have rolled the ball out, and these are my seasonings inside of the crust that I told you about before I let the crust sit for 30 minutes. Looks pretty good, y'all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to season the top of my crust, and I'm going to stick it in the oven at an oven preheated to 425 for about 5 minutes before I add the toppings. So I'm going to add a few ingredients to my crust before I pop it in the oven. And I'm going to put it in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes just to let it get brown just a little bit before I add the sauce. So I'm going to add some garlic powder. Remember, it already has the garlic powder in the crust, so I'm not going to add too much. But I do want my crust to be nice and seasoned. And I'm going to add some onion powder. And I'm going to be adding these same ingredients to my sauce as well. And I'm going to add some oregano. Just a little bit. You don't want to be too heavy with the oregano. And I'm going to add a little pinch of sugar. So I'm just going to add a little pinch of sugar to sweeten up my crust just a little bit. So now I'm going to pop this in the oven for 3 to 5 minutes. So while my pizza crust is in the oven browning up just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and mix up my pizza sauce. So I'm going to be using some marinara sauce. I'm just going to pour that into my bowl. I'm going to be using some of the seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano to that. And just a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and some of this cilantro lime seasoning. Just a little bit of this because this is kind of salty. It's a tiny bit of sugar. Pizza sauce is ready. My pizza crust, I took it back out of the oven. It's been baking for 3 minutes. Just so that sauce can sink in and it don't bubble up. Just poking a few holes all throughout the crust. And I'm going to spread it around. I want my pizza to be kind of saucy, so I don't want to make it too thin. I think this big piece of crust is just going to take about all of my sauce. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. So the first thing I'm going to add is some of these fresh pepperonis. I'm just going to start at the edge and make sure the sauce is coming out to my edge. I want to make sure every slice have a piece. So now I'm going to add some of that good old bacon. Just kind of spread that around evenly throughout the pizza. And now I'm going to add some of that ground sausage. This piece is going to be full of flavor, y'all. You don't need too much of the sausage. With all these oils, it's going to help marinate that crust. So I'm just going to kind of spread my vegetables out evenly across my pizza. I think that's good. And now I'm going to add some of these tomatoes. Here's what the piece is looking like now with all of the toppings All of the veggies and meat is looking so good already. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop this bad boy in the oven for another 5 minutes to roast up these peppers a little bit and onions. And then I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna add my cheese, and then I'm gonna cook it for a few more minutes. At this time, I'm just gonna add my cheese. And this is 1.5 pounds of mozzarella cheese. So I'm just gonna pop this back in the oven for about 10 minutes until everything is nice and brown and melted. So I'm gonna do that right now. I just want you to see what that's looking like so far. So I'm gonna pop this right back in the oven and get it all brown and melted. Okay, y'all, so I just popped this baby out the oven. Look at this. Don't this look good? Got that sausage, bacon, fresh pepperoni, tomatoes, bell peppers, those purple onions, and all those good seasonings down in that sauce. I'm gonna have to get a thumbnail. So how is it?
It's pretty good. What all did you put on?
I use some ground sausage, bacon, fresh pepperoni, bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, and some special seasonings. It's good?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see that cheese pull? Show me the cheese pull, Aaron. I'm commentating from the side, y'all. Look at that cheese. You can't get it.
It's good.
It's good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to try to, Aaron, slide over a little bit. Let me say goodbye. This way.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, y'all. This is Mama's Mad Ideas. I'm about to sign out. This is me and my son, Aaron. He approved the pizza, and I'm going to sign out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share my videos with family and friends. You all take care, stay blessed, and I will see you again real soon in another video. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all. So now I have my son, Marcus. He's about to try the pizza for the very first time. It's hot, y'all. You gotta let it cool off. Let me see that cheese pull.
It tastes really good. Like pizza from Papa John's.
It tastes good as Papa John's?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you all, there you have it. My son Marcus so tall. How tall are you, Marcus? 6 feet 5?
It's like 6'2".
6'2"? I can't even get up there next to him, y'all. He way taller than me, so I'm way back here. It's good?
Yeah, it was good.
All right, so y'all, this is my son Marcus. He being a little shy right now.
What you want me to say? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I don't know what you want.
So let me ask you this. So 5 to 10, a scale of 5 to 10, what would you say the piece is? 5 to 10.
A 9.5.
9.5, y'all. There you have it. I'm gonna take it. I will see you all in the next video. You all take care. Bye-bye.
Howdy.